Now, this subject was virtually covered its entirety, the way I had prepared in my speech of the budget. Therefore, I would beg this House that I don't make a repetition. What I would have said on this item is already said in the speech about the budget. So, Madam Speaker, I would pray the indulgence of this Parliament that this matter I do not present it. But I have yet another subject which is new that I would want to suggest.
Okay, proceed. Yeah. Madam Speaker, in my opinion, this was an attempt to overthrow the Constitution. Because the responsibility of providing appropriation for resources is entirely the work of Parliament. What the minister was doing was actually to appropriate resources on behalf of Parliament, which I think is technically wrong. Madam Speaker, I think it was sufficient for the minister to indicate, I'm going to come back with revised figures after presenting the figures as they were appropriated by Parliament. But for him to go ahead and declare that these figures have been allocated, I think, when actually they were not. Because right now we are processing a supplementary. And the figures in that supplementary are the figures that he's referring to, as if they are figures for next financial year, 2020-21. Yet the figures are for 2019-2020. So I cannot see how the figures for 2019-2020 are being interpreted to be figures for 2020-2021. There's a total contradiction. They are totally two different financial years, and I think the best the minister should have done.
Last year, when we passed the budget, 2019-2020, we pointed out one thing: fiscal indiscipline of government. Right, Honorable Speaker, remember, we approved an estimate, the budget framework paper, of 34 trillion. And when the budget speech came, we were seeing 43 trillion. And we asked government, we said, this is not only budgetary indiscipline, but fiscal indiscipline. Where are you going to get the extra 10 trillion from? A whole budget framework paper of Parliament, you disrespected. And now it's becoming order of the day, right, Honorable Speaker. Now they've gone into figures. My teacher taught me that the figure you should fear most is zero. Because if somebody adds zero at the end, and for us traditionally we think zero is a very useless number. If somebody adds zero in front of 10 billion, it's already 10 trillion. So right, Honorable Speaker, this thing must be taken so seriously. The minister should come and apologize. And that time we said all the, they didn't comply with the Public Finance Management Act. Then we said, it's okay for this time, but next time don't repeat. Every budget that we're passing, there's at least some violation of that act. Now it is becoming a practice. Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you, but we need to stamp our feet. Information.
Yes, Honourable members, it is getting to curfew. Minister.
When I gave this good news of having managed to secure additional resources, I didn't say that I was going to spend these resources before I come back here. I only informed the country and I informed the House that there are these additional resources that have been obtained. And these resources, we will make a proposal that they be spent like this. And I will come back to this House to seek appropriation. and either through a supplementary, actually through a supplementary. So how do I usurp the power of parliament? I did not usurp the power of the parliament. I only informed the House and informed the country of these additional resources, and I will not spend these resources until the parliament has appropriated or has had a say. Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker, I stand here on point of procedure. For the first time on record, I want to thank and congratulate the chair of the budget for being vigilant. And Right Honorable Speaker, when we concluded the budget of this year coming in July, I had wanted to congratulate the Ministry of Finance for the first time in 10 years in a row, that we concluded the budget without the apology of the minister. So I wanted to congratulate them. Unfortunately, I had wanted to pronounce it even after. But now when this thing came up, Right Honorable Speaker, I am standing here to propose damage control mechanism, if it can be considered. First of all, it is true that the figures read by the minister do not agree with the figures we appropriated in Parliament. That's a fact. That's a matter of fact. So I think what we can only do right now is the Minister of Finance to do what he has always done every year, to apologize, and then we go back to put on record, and he has to put on record, because he already put on record when he was reading the budget. So he has to put on record to say he had pronounced this when actually should have been this, and we correct our records. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honourable members, I think that's what he has done.